lifted virtual yoga session. First off, I want to thank you all for being here. I know it's been a very tense week leading up to this moment, and I just wanted to share, an opportunity to find your breath and kind of release some of that tension through movement. And so I appreciate Yafa here for leading the class in the last minute, and I'm looking forward to moving forward with this, or looking forward to moving through this with you all. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let's get started. So the purpose of yoga is to do yoga and also for some self-discovery so we can learn more about ourselves and get connected to our inner knowing. So we're going to get started on our backs. We're going to lay down. We'll start in a Shavasana position. So take up as much space as you need. Lay down on the mat here and just close your eyes. Tune in to your body. Just notice what it feels like to be in the space. Notice what it feels like to breathe. Now let's do a body scan. So we're going to start from the crown of your head, moving down the front of the face, your ears, your neck, down your shoulders and your arms, your elbows, your forearms to your fingertips. Coming back around, doing a body scan of your underarms, your chest, your abdomen, your pelvis, your thighs, knees, scanning the calves, ankles, feet, tips of your toes. And bring that awareness all the way back up to the crown of your head. Reach your arms all the way overhead, taking a full body stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And then bring the knees into your chest. Wrap your arms all the way around your shins. And give yourself a squeeze. Give yourself some love here. Just tuning inward. Maybe tuck the chin to your chest. Really squeezing yourself. Really giving yourself a hug. And then drop the feet to the floor. Knees are bent. Head is back on the ground. We're going to lift the hips up towards the sky and reach the arms all the way up overhead at the same time. So on your inhale, lift the hips, reach the arms all the way up overhead. And on your exhale, bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a squeeze. Tuck the chin to your chest, squeeze. Place the feet back on the ground. Then lift the hips up towards the sky. Reach the arms all the way up overhead on your inhale. And your exhale, drop the hips down. Bring the knees into your chest. Squeeze, give yourself some love. One more time, just like that. Feet come down on the ground. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. And exhaling all the air out, squeeze the knees into your chest. And drop the head down to the ground and just kind of rock from side to side, massaging out the low back. Just warming up into the low back here. Just notice if you have any areas of tension. You've been sitting all day, might have a little tense back. Good. And then drop the feet down to the floor again. And then just let the knees fall all the way over to the left. Reach the arms out long. Your gaze can follow over towards the right, your right fingertips. Maybe close your eyes for just a moment, just opening up through the right side body. Send your breath into any areas of tension. And your next inhale brings your knees up through center, and just drop the knees over to the right side. Your gaze can follow towards your left fingertips. Really just melt into this position here. Send your breath to the left side body, opening up through the left side body. And your next inhale brings the knees up through center. We're going to go for happy baby. So bring the knees in towards the chest. Your arms are going to reach in the insides of the knees and grab the outside edges of the feet. You want to aim for pulling the knees in towards the armpits, okay? So you can really press the feet away from your body here and pull the feet in towards you. And while you're doing this, see if you can press your belly button back towards the spine and flatten out the low back down on the ground. If you'd like, you can take a little bit of a rocking motion here by straightening one leg and then the other. Moving with your breath, just linking your breath to movement here. Really just warming up the legs. And whatever you've done on one side, make sure to even it out on the other side. Bring the knees back in towards the chest. Take your hands and grab from behind the thighs here and start to rock and roll up and down the mat. Just rocking from your shoulders all the way to the bottom of your tailbone. And really press the belly button back towards the spine while you're doing this to give you some control. See if you can balance at the top for just a moment and then rock it back again. Good. One more, tip it back. And then come up into a seated position. Seated cross-legged position at the top of your mat. Your spine is nice and tall here. I want you to take your shoulders and shrug them all the way up towards your ears, and then allow the shoulders to fall back. Do that one more time here. Shrug the shoulders way up, and then allow the shoulders to fall back. Take your right hand and place it out beside you. Take your left ear, drop it to the left shoulder. So you're gonna get a nice deep stretch from the right ear down to the right shoulder. Send your breath into that tense area there in the neck. And maybe follow the gaze down. And then follow the gaze up towards the sky. You might notice a different stretch. Maybe you hang out wherever you need to get the best benefits from this posture. Just keep thinking nice tall spine and breathing. And drop the chin back down towards the chest and just switch sides. So right ear to right shoulder, left hand comes out beside you on the ground. And again, just send your breath to any areas of tension in that space between the left ear and the left shoulder. You can drop the gaze down towards the ground. Maybe follow the gaze all the way up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing, keep sending your breath into any areas of tension. One more breath here. And then drop the chin to the chest and gently, gently, gently lift the head back up through the midline. Take your left hand, place it on your right knee. Right hand comes back behind you. Take a nice tall spine. On your inhale, you grow even taller. And on your exhale, you turn towards the right a little bit deeper. Press the belly button back towards the spine and keep your chin in line with the chest so you're not overextending the neck. Really cinch the ribs in towards your midline. Keep the belly button pressed back towards the spine. Spine is nice and tall. One more inhale. Exhale, come back through center. And we'll just switch sides here. Right hand comes to the left knee. Left hand comes back behind you. Inhale to grow the spine nice and tall. Exhale to turn a little bit deeper towards the left. And keep the chin in line with the chest to protect the neck. And keep cinching the ribs in towards the midline. Keep pressing the belly button back towards the spine. Keep breathing. One more inhale here. And exhale, come back through center. And we'll take a couple seated cat-cow positions. So to start, we're going to shine the chest up towards the sky and just gaze up towards the sky. On your exhale, chin tucks to the chest, curl everything in, press the belly button all the way back. On your inhale, shine the chest forward, look up to the sky. Exhale, curl everything in, really hollow out through the abdomen. On your inhale, shine the chest up. And exhale, curl everything in. One more just like that. Inhale, shine the chest all the way up to the sky. And exhale, curl everything in. And come back through center here. And take your hands and bring them to the prayer position. So you're going to be pressing your palms together, really press the knuckles in towards one another, lift the chest up towards the thumbs. Chin is parallel to the ground, gaze is slightly down. You can close your eyes here. If you like to set an intention for your yoga practice, you can do that now. I'll always offer the intention of compassion and kindness for yourself and others. Maybe you'd like to dedicate this yoga movement to somebody. Let's take a moment. I'll take a nice deep inhale together with that intention. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Look up to your fingertips. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Look up to the fingertips. And exhale, hands come through heart center. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Look up to the fingertips. Exhale, hands come through heart center. We'll roll over onto hands and knees for table position. In your table position, you really want to protect the wrists here. So make sure you're in alignment, shoulders stacked over wrists, and also hips over knees. To protect the wrists, really press down, mostly through the pointer finger and the thumb, and really press the knuckles firmly into the mat. You also want to kind of claw the mat with the pads of your fingers, like you're trying to grip the mat. And then pressing down, rotate the palms outward as if you're trying to open up a pickle jar. This will keep your wrists healthy. We use a lot of weight into our wrists when we're doing yoga, so very, very important. So from your table position, reach the right foot back behind you, and then just drop the right toes down onto the mat. Start to kick in through the heel, and then just roll on top of the right foot, all the way on top there. Again, just kick and reach back with the heel. See if you can even out the weight in the hands, and then roll all the way over on top of the foot. One more just like that. Rolling, kicking back through the heel, and then rolling all the way on top of the foot. Take your right toes and kick them out off of the mat. So right knee is down, right toes are angled off the mat. Your left foot, yes. Your right foot comes back in line with your knee. And inhale, reach the right fingertips all the way up to the sky. Look up to your fingertips. If you like, maybe you lift the top leg. Really kick through the heel of that top leg. And if you want a little bit more, bend the top leg. Reach back with the hand and kick the foot into the hand. One more breath here. Right hand comes down and right knee comes back down into your tabletop position. Now we're just going to switch sides here. So kick the left toes back behind you. Drop the left toes down onto the ground. And then reach back through the left heel. And then roll all the way over on top of the left foot. Again, reach all the way back with the left heel. And then roll all the way over on top of the toes. And one more time, reach back with the left heel. And then roll all the way over top of the toes. Now, right knee is going to stay down. Take the right toes, kick them out beside you. Take the left foot and let it come in line with the right knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. And look up to the fingertips. Maybe you lift the top leg. If you want to go for a little bit more, bend the top leg and reach back for the foot. Kick the foot into the hand. Take one more breath here. And then left knee and left palm come back down to the mat. Big toes come to touch. Knees come out wide. Sink the hips all the way back towards the heels. Reach the fingertips out long, child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat. Really energetically reach with the hips down towards the heels, reaching the fingertips out. You're going to melt the chest down towards the mat. Just tune inward here. Connect with your breath. Connect with your body. And walk the left hand all the way off the left side of the mat. Right hand comes on top of the left. Press the right hand firmly into your left hand. Reach the right hip back. Go for a nice right side body stretch here. Send your breath into your ribs, just softening out through the ribs. One more breath here. And then right palm comes all the way off the right side of the mat. Left palm on top of the right. Press the left palm firmly down into the mat. Reach the left hip back. Breathe into the left side body. Forehead is relaxed and down the mat. With each inhale, you're softening between the ribs. And with each exhale, you're making a little bit more space. One more breath here. And exhale, hands come through middle. And then kind of snake your way all the way onto your stomach here. So palms are going to come beside you, just near your ribs. Forehead on the mat. Squeeze your ribs, or squeeze your elbows in towards one another. On your inhale, peel the chest up, shine the chest forward. See if you can take a little bit of weight out of the hands. Squeeze the elbows in towards one another. Exhale, forehead comes down to the mat. Next, inhale, shine the chest forward. Squeeze the elbows in. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. And exhale, forehead comes down to the mat. One more just like that. Inhale, peel the chest forward. Squeeze the elbows in towards one another. Press the tops of your feet down. And exhale, forehead down to the mat. Come back into your table position. From your table position, tuck the toes and hover the knees up off the mat just a couple inches. Start to feel that engagement in your lower abdomen. Bring the knees back down to the mat. And do that a couple more times here. Inhale, bring the knees up off the mat just a couple inches. And exhale, knees come down. One more. Inhale, lift the knees up. And then keep pressing the hips all the way up. Start to straighten-ish through the legs into your downward dog. Press the palms into the mat. Keep pressing the palms, relax the head. And maybe you had a nice deep bend in the legs. This is a big stretch early on in practice. You can be up on your tippy toes. And start to bend one knee and then the other. Just warming up into the thighs. Bending one knee and then the other. Good. And then find some stillness. Continue to press the palms into the mat. Continue to reach from the sits bones up towards the sky. Press the belly button back towards the spine. Get really high up on your tippy toes. Bend the knees a lot and take a bunch of little bitty steps. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. When you bring your feet to your hands, dangle. Drape the top of your body over your thighs. Really bend the knees a lot here. Glue the tops of your thighs to your torso. You can grab for opposite elbows. Nod the head yes, and shake the head no. Maybe sway from side to side here. Really elongating out and relaxing through the spine. And then switch your grip with your elbows just to even yourself out. You can take your left hand, place it firmly on the mat underneath your face. Straighten-ish through the right leg. Keep your left leg bent. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way up towards the sky. Look up to your fingertips. And exhale, right hand comes down to the ground. We'll switch sides. Press the right hand firmly into the mat underneath your face. Straighten-ish through the left leg. Keep a deep bend in the right. Inhale, the left arm all the way up towards the sky. Nice tall spine. And exhale, left hand comes down to meet the right. We're going to start to stand up. So roll into a standing position. Stacking one vertebrae on top of the next. Slowly. When you get to the top, shrug your shoulders up and back, standing in your mountain pose. Feet are hip-width distance apart, shoulders are back, collarbones are spread, palms facing forward, gaze is forward. You can rock back and forth, side to side, just to notice the stability, notice your balance. And then inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Look up to your fingertips. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale to come up halfway. Press the palms firmly into the shins here for your halfway lift. Engaging through the abdomen, press the belly button back to the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot all the way back behind you. And then drop the back knee. Low runner's lunge. You want to set yourself up here. Make sure you have about a 90-degree bend in the front foot. And you can have your back toes tucked or untucked. I like to have mine tucked. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Really reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. You can look up to your fingertips. Keep pressing the belly button back towards the spine. On your exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Sink the hips back for a half split. Inhale to grow the spine nice and tall. And then exhale, forward fold. Let the head dangle here. Keep reaching through the left hip back behind you. Pressing through the left heel. Take one more breath here. Firmly press the right hand into the mat. Inhale the left hand all the way up towards the sky. Good. Left hand comes back down to the ground. Back into your low runner's lunge. Step the left foot back into downward dog. Right foot steps up between the hands. And then drop the back knee. Setting yourself up for your low runner's lunge. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Really reach through the fingertips here. And then exhale, both hands come down to frame the front foot. Press the left hand firmly into the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Right hand comes back down to the mat. Sink the hips back, half split. Inhale to grow the spine tall. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper over that front leg. Really reach through the right hip back and press the right heel into the mat. Allow the head to dangle. Then firmly press the left hand into the mat. Inhale the right hand up. Right hand comes back down to frame the front foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Look up to your fingertips. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Step the left foot all the way back behind you. Low runner's lunge, drop the back knee. Set yourself up here for stability. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Reach the fingertips up a little bit higher. And exhale, both hands come down to frame the front foot. Sink the hips all the way back for half split. Inhale to grow the spine nice and tall. And exhale, fold. Really reach that right hip back energetically, pressing through the right heel. Keep the head nice and relaxed. And then firmly press the left hand into the mat. Inhale the right arm all the way up to the sky. Right hand comes down to frame the front foot. Step back into your downward dog. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Drop the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Really reach through the fingertips, look up to your fingertips. Exhale, both hands come down to frame the front foot. Sink the hips all the way back, half split. Inhale to grow the spine nice and tall, and exhale to fold over the front leg. dangle and drape the head. Reach through the left hip, press through the left heel. Firmly press the right hand into the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up to the sky. Left hand comes back down to frame the front foot, and step up right foot to meet the left. And forward fold over the legs. And we're just gonna sink the hips down and walk the feet out about hip, mat width distance. So heels in, toes out. Balasana or yogi squat. You can do a couple things with this. You can make this more relaxed, where you're really sinking the hips down, or more engaged, where you lift up through the hips. Press the elbows in towards the knees. Press the knees in towards the elbows. Bring your hands into prayer position. If this is too much, you can just take a seat and take a break. Totally fine. We will do a twist. This is just an option. So left shoulder will come to the left knee. You can take the left hand out beside you. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way up overhead. If you want to go for a bind, sweep the right arm back behind you. Left hand comes back to clasp the right. And then come back through center. Hands come to prayer. We'll take that to the other side. So right shoulder to the right knee. Right hand comes out beside you. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up overhead. If you would like to go for the bind, you can sweep the arms back behind you and go for the bind. And then come back through to center and walk your feet back in and come up into a forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. And hands come through heart center. Just pause for a moment. You can close your eyes here. Notice what it feels like to have been moving. Notice your heart rate. Notice your breathing. Notice what it feels like to stand in this space. And start to open your eyes up. Put more weight into the left foot. We're going to step back into warrior two. So right foot steps all the way back. And really set yourself up here. So you can put your hands on your hips to start. You want your front foot, front toes facing in front, back heel parallel-ish to the back edge of the mat. You want heel to arch alignment here. Zip up through the abdomen. Chest is broad. And then reach the arms out. Warrior two. Kind of squeeze the shoulders together. Your gaze can be over your left fingertips. Keep pressing the belly button back towards the spine. Spine is nice and tall. And then take the left elbow to the left knee. Inhale, reach the arm all the way up overhead for extended side angle. Press through the back heel. Think long line of energy all the way to the right fingertips. One more breath here. And start to tip it back. So right hand is going to slide down the back leg. Reach the left arm up. Peaceful. Tip it back. One more breath here. And then exhale, both hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back into your downward dog. Right foot comes up between the hands. And just setting up for your warrior two on the other side. So right foot is in front at a right knee is at a 90-degree angle. And check your alignment, heel to arch. Reach the arms out long. Look towards the right at your fingertips. Make sure you can see your front big toe here, so it'll protect the knee. You might have to track the knee out towards the right. Think nice tall spine. And then bring the right elbow down towards the right knee. Inhale, sweep the arm all the way up overhead. Extended side angle. See if you can take a little bit of weight out of the right elbow. One more breath. And then left hand comes back to the back leg. Sweep the right arm up for peaceful. One more breath here. Both hands come down to frame the front foot. And then step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands press into the shins, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do that sequence one more time. Just step the right foot back. Setting up for your warrior two. Open and reach the arms out to the side. Left elbow comes down to the left knee. Sweep the right arm up overhead. You can shine your chest up towards the sky here. And then your right hand comes back to the back leg. Inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling. Both your hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back, downward dog. Right foot comes up in between the hands. And then open up, warrior two. Good. Right elbow to the right knee. Inhale, sweep the left arm all the way up overhead. And then tip it back for your peaceful. Left hand comes back to the back leg. Right hand sweeps all the way up. Both of your hands come down to frame the front foot. And step to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Good. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And hands come through heart center. We're going to take a wide leg forward fold. So just step out to the side of the mat here for your wide leg forward fold. So feet are parallel to the outer edges of your mat. Inhale to grow the spine tall. Hands are on your hips. Exhale, fold forward with a flat back, shining your chest towards the ground. And then once you get towards the ground, just fold all the way in towards yourself. Hands can go anywhere, wherever it feels comfortable. See if you can put a little bit more weight in the front toes, in the front of your feet. And play around with your balance there. See if you can even out the hips. Really just folding into yourself. And then begin to come up halfway. We'll go into a goddess pose. So heels in, toes out. 90-degree bend in the hips. And come up with a flat back. Arms out to a 90-degree angle. You can rock from side to side here. Try to tuck the tailbone under. Chin is parallel to the ground. Sinking in towards the hips. Now take the wrists, grab for the ankles. Elbows press in towards the knees. Nice big groin stretch here. Relax the head. Maybe rock from side to side a little bit. Maybe stay in a stagnant position. Whatever feels good to you. Take a couple more breaths here. And slowly come up. Take the hands, place them on the thighs, and take a little weight out of the legs by kind of giving some weight into the thighs. Drop the left shoulder, look over the right shoulder. And then switch sides. Drop the right shoulder and look over the left shoulder. And dropping the left shoulder, looking over the right. And drop the right shoulder and look over the left. One more just like that on your own breath. Drop the left shoulder and then the right. Good. And then find your way back to the front of your mat. So we've done a lot of hip openers here. Should feel very open. We'll take a tree pose. It's a nice stable posture. Make you feel a little bit more grounded, get some stability back. So find your Tadasana or mountain pose with hips width distance apart, chest shining forward, palms facing forward for just a moment here. Begin to put more weight into the left foot. Take the hands to the hips and then bring the right foot to the left leg. can be on the shin or on the calf, or you can bring it up above the knee. Whatever you do, just don't press the heel into the knee. You can even take your hand and lift it up just a little bit more. So really press the standing leg firmly into the right foot. Press the right foot firmly into the standing leg. When you found your stability, you can bring your hands to heart center, or maybe you reach your arms up overhead, like a nice tall tree, and wave your branches. Maybe you take prayer above your head. Find some stability in your breath. Take one more breath here. And then right foot comes down to meet the left, Tadasana pose or mountain pose. And we're just going to switch sides. So begin to bring more weight into the right foot. You can bring your hands to the hips and take the left foot, place it either on the calf or above the knee. You can even take the hand and slide it up the leg a little bit more. Press the standing leg into the foot. Press the foot into the standing leg. You can bring your hands to prayer, or maybe you bring your branches out and wave them around, play around with the balance, or you can bring your hands to prayer above the head as well. Take one more breath here, finding stability in this posture. And when you feel complete, left foot comes down the mat, hands come through prayer. And we'll find our way back onto our bottom here, into a seated position. Yeah, water is good, right? Let's drink some water. I think this one's mine. I believe so. Water break. Cheers. We doing good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some good stretches.
It's warmed up now.
Mhm.
It was cold in here before. Yeah, some good stretches. All right, so we're gonna start cooling down. Bend your knees, feet come flat on the ground, and then take the top bottom and bring it down onto the ground. We're gonna take a couple bridge poses. So make sure your hips, your knees, and your ankles are all in alignment. Make sure you can graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Maybe you press the elbows firmly into the ground to help lift the chest. Keep your chin in line with the chest. Whatever you do, don't look around in this posture. And energetically squeeze the knees together. If you'd like to go for a bind, you can clasp the hands behind you and shimmy the shoulders underneath you. If you have your hands bound, really press the hands into the mat using the lever. It will give you a little bit more lift. Keep squeezing the legs together. Take one more breath here. And slowly, slowly, slowly start to bring it back down. Place the soles of the feet together. Knees fall out wide. Take one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. Close your eyes. And just notice the breath. Notice the rise and the fall of the abdomen. Notice the softness. Notice what it feels like to be laying in this space. And then with the hands, gently close the legs together. Just take your hands to the outside edges of the legs. And we'll just set up for one more bridge pose. So make sure you can graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips and that your hips, knees, and ankles are in alignment. Start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Press the elbows into the ground. Maybe you clasp your hands back behind you. Shimmy your shoulders under. Keep lifting the hips. Keep squeezing the knees together. And see if you can lift the hips up a little bit more. Press the arms down into the ground a little bit more. Take one more breath here. And exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly bring everything back down. Bring your knees into touch, feet out wide. And just close your eyes for a moment. Just kind of resetting the spine. And then bring the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, just like we did at the beginning. You might feel totally different. Hopefully you feel a little bit different after all that movement we've done. And just kind of rock from side to side, tuning back into the low back. And place your feet on the ground. You're going to pick your hips up slightly and shift them over to the right. And then hips come back down on the ground. Knees come into the chest and fall over towards the left. Your arms can come out long or into a 90-degree angle, whatever feels good for you. Your gaze can be over towards the right. Close your eyes and really surrender here. Just give yourself into this posture. You've just worked so hard. Just feel the softness of this position. A nice passive stretch into the right side body. A couple more breaths here. Nice soft abdomen. And your next inhale brings your knees up through center. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Lift your hips up and shift them over towards the left, and then bring the hips down to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest and allow them to fall over towards the right. You can extend the arms out long or into a 90-degree bend, whatever feels good. And your gaze can be over towards the left. Really surrender here. See if you can take all of the effort out of this posture. You can relax the face. Take a couple breaths here, just softening up through the left side body. One more breath here in this posture. And then inhale, the knees come up through center. Place the feet on the ground and just even out the spine. We'll go for a happy baby, just like we did at the beginning. So hands come through the insides of the knees and grab for the outside edges of the feet. So whatever you did at the beginning of this class, go ahead and take that posture now. You want to aim for pulling the knees in towards the armpits. You can kick the heels up towards the sky, push the hands in towards the feet. Maybe you take a rocking motion and just feel what 1 hour, not even 1 hour of movement has done for your body. Hopefully you notice the benefits. You can feel a little bit stretchier, a little bit stronger, a little bit warmer. And then squeeze your knees into your chest. Squeeze everything in, chin tucks to the chest. Really scrunch everything, scrunch your toes together, even scrunch your face. And then on your next inhale, come into your Shavasana pose. Everything comes down to the ground. Take up as much space as you need. This is one of the most important poses of the entire practice. Shavasana, your final resting pose. You'll get the best benefits from this posture if you simply do not move. Resist the urge to fidget. Simply lay in this posture. You'll be here for 3 minutes. I will time it. Just really melt into this posture. Eyes closed. When in the midst of great change, it is helpful to remember how a chick is born. From the view of the chick, it is a terrifying struggle. Confined and curled in a dark shell, half formed, the chick eats all of its food and stretches to the contours of its shell. It begins to feel hungry and cramped. Eventually, the chick begins to starve and feels suffocated by the ever-shrinking space of its world. Finally, its own growth begins to crack the shell, and the world as a chick knows it is coming to an end. The sky is falling. As the chick wriggles through the cracks, it begins to eat its shell. In that moment, growing but fragile, starving and cramped, its world breaking, the chick must feel like it's dying. Yet once everything it has relied on falls away, the chick is born. It doesn't die, but falls into a new world. Begin to bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Allow those movements to grow greater, moving into your ankles and your wrists, moving into your arms and your legs. And take a nice deep inhale and reach the arms all the way up overhead, taking a full body stretch. And roll over onto your favorite side, moving from corpse pose into the fetal position. This is the death and birth cycle. You can access this anytime to find a new beginning. And whenever you feel ready, come up into a seated position. Bring your palms to heart center. Close your eyes, bowing to yourself, bowing to each other, and bowing to this practice. Bring your thumbs up to your forehead so you may think with a clear mind. And bring your thumbs to your lips so you may speak words of truth. And bring your thumbs to heart center so you may live with an open heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today.
Thank you so much,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Awesome.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
And for all of you all at home, please give Yafa a round